Hey everybody. So coming back to this here, we have owned the Prusa for just over a month now, and just kind of wanted to go over a couple of the builds that we've done that we've enjoyed, what we've learned about this machine, and just kind of show you some of the cool things that we've done with it. So the first one is this articulated dragon. The entire thing moves, wings articulate back and forth. Whole thing. The size of this dragon is quite large. I've never seen anything printed quite this big, at least on this scale for these. My kids love it. And of course, my daughter wanted the Pegasus. We did a video on this guy. But each one of the wings articulate, the tail moves, the legs move around. So she's really enjoyed that. The print lines are very clean on these prints. It turned out really well. Same on the dragon. No issues. Everything came out very smooth. These are both done in some multicolored filaments. And then we try to do a couple of Nintendo 64 cubes. We're nerds. We like collecting games, and we were going to use these to show off our Nintendo 64 collection. And so we started off with this flat print here, and it turned out really well, minus a couple of things. You can see up here, a couple little separation. I'm going to try and turn this up so you can see it. Little separation right there. Same thing up there. We printed this thing 3 times, seeing if it was an issue with the actual file itself, or if it was the printer. And it ended up just being us. We didn't put enough infill in it. The other prints turned out really well. Very happy with it. So we just had to increase the infill a little bit, and it fixed those separation gaps. Just wasn't quite enough for those seams to pair up. Next, we did the big N64 cube. Really like how that one turned out. Turned out great. We went with a higher infill and turned out very smooth. The second one that we did, we shrunk it down a little bit and we decreased the infill. And you can see it ended up with a bunch of these bulges on it. Kind of all the way through the print. Didn't really hit one area. The only thing that we did different on this is we decreased the infill. We didn't increase the speed or anything else like that, and we shrunk it down a little bit. So we haven't looked into that. So if anybody has any ideas or experienced the similar things, I'd love to hear about it. But this kind of gave us our first tests into using the multiple tool filaments. So as you can see here, we've got our main colors on here for these prints. And we haven't changed them out yet, but they've functioned flawlessly. And then of course we had to do the new Gears of War logo for Gears E-Day that's coming out. So we did this. This thing turned out huge. It's going to go up on the wall and show off kind of our Gears of War section. But very detailed on this. We kind of worked on this print for a while. You can see it's got multiple little layers and dips. Turned out fantastic. Very pleased with how smooth this worked out. The only thing we didn't like is the brim. We had to do a brim mainly because the little teeth in here, they were having a hard time sticking. So the brim was actually sticking to the back of the print, and it was hard to remove. We ended up just taking a torch to it and just melt it a little bit, and we were able to peel it that way or just melt it back. Worked out really well. So we're going to have to play with the brim settings and see if we can get it done. And then the last, most recent one we did was just this little egg. We printed out a tiny one of those articulating dragons for my kids. They like these little things. The egg's got a lid for it. Goes on, tightens up like that. They like it. They take them to friends' houses or school or stuff. But once again, print lines turned out really well. A couple small bulges up at the top. We haven't checked into that one as well, thinking maybe it's just going a little too fast and just missing its mark by a tiny amount. So if anybody has any ideas on what they think is going on with that, I would appreciate it. But other than that, we've been very, very pleased with this printer. We're still waiting on our table so we can get the other one set up here, but it's going to take a minute. So until that time, we're down to just the one printer, and then we'll end up moving the turtles out of here and set up a second printer. But just wanted to show you a couple things that we've done, how the printer's worked out for us. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Really appreciate if you'd like and subscribe. Definitely helps the channel. Thank you.